Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Goa Ahead. And the matter that we are discussing this week is about the political parties. Elections have been declared, but realistically, on the ground, where does each political party stand? I have three eminent panelists with me joining me on the panel today. First, I have a lawyer and political analyst, Cleofat Almeida Coutinho. Cleofat, welcome. Next, I have another lawyer and political analyst, Radharav Gracias. Radharav, welcome. And third, I have principal of Mallikarjun College in Konkani, economist and political analyst, Professor Manoj Kamath. Manoj, I'll start with you. So,
Yes.
the elections have been declared now, let's start with the basic point and the ruling party, BJP. Where do you think BJP going today? Their MLAs are going away, their ministers are going away, their mandals are breaking apart. BJP is still on a spree of importing leaders. Where do you think this is heading as far as the BJP is concerned?
BJP is leading to absolute confusion. And the greatest agenda of BJP today is to save its face before public rather than to win elections. And unfortunately, we have seen this for the first time happening in Goa. It could be because of immaturity of some leaders here, or it could be absence of Parikar, where there is no single leader to bench the party. What we have seen in the BJP for first time, that the entire political and administrative machinery of the government had anyway collapsed even before the elections were announced. Last 3 years, we have seen absolute anarchy, absolute confusions, absolute U-turns. And in party which is otherwise considered to be stable, considered to be very, very democratic, at the same time principled in terms of discipline, I see all cards falling away. First, because it has imported people other than the cadre, and their cadre is demolished. Today, we see BJP fighting, or a lot of infighting between the cadre, between the Pramanik Bhakta and cadre of the party versus the leaders. We see that there is complete erosion of the trust, because more than 50% of the basis, we will see Congress MLAs being the face of BJP leadership today.
Radhaba, when you see this present state of BJP, what do you exactly see? Because BJP is right now doing a seat by seat arithmetic. They are saying, how can we win maximum seats? And that is how they are operating right now. How do you see it is panning out for them?
See, effectively, BJP in Goa was never a cadre-based party, in Goa at least. It was always a matter of picking up some from here, picking up some from there. Even there, in fact, this strategy was started by Manohar Parrikar, that picking up people from all parties and coalescing into some sort of a government, some sort of a party. But then it could work that time because Manohar Parrikar also had a presence, he had credibility, which none of the present leadership of the BJP has. And it is not just in Goa. You see, the BJP came into power on a campaign of strong Hindutva. And they are now, the whole Hindutva is now breaking up. You can forget Goa, you can see it in Uttar Pradesh, where senior ministers are resigning and joining the opposition. So there is no such thing as ideology or cadre left in any party in Goa. Forget the BJP, even Congress or in no other party has any ideology, because we are now in times where only one thing matters, both for political parties and for individuals. Political parties, what matters is capturing power. And for individuals, what matters is getting elected as MLA. So therefore, individuals have no qualms about shifting from right to left to center or anywhere. Neither do political parties have any restraints on whom they accept and whom they refuse. Whether it's a criminal, whether it's a completely ideologically opposed to your party, whosoever. So we are now in a situation where you see politics is for all purposes no politics at all, because it is matter of merely coming to power.
This is again interesting point that this is BJP's probably first election without Manohar Parrikar. How do you see the entire strategy working out for them or not working out for them?
See, I agree with both Manoj and Radha that after Parrikar, they seem to be leaderless. But I agree with Radha that this whole issue of winnability in BJP was also brought by Manohar Parrikar. The whole question of capturing power through maneuvering rather than building up a party started from that time onwards for BJP. Now it is collapsing. Now look at some of their new imports. Look at Jay Salgaonkar. Look at even Daji Salkar. He contested against the party last time. Look at their third person, Govind Gowde, because in all these places, they have been having their persons, their strong contenders, but they are kept aside and they are trying to get people whom they can win, possibly because time has come when they have realized that the anti-incumbency is so high that, as you say, seat by seat matters. Yes, but looking at the other side also, there is so much of overcrowding. Yes.
Now, this is the state of BJP. Now,
Yes.
if you look at the state of Congress, I can repeat the same words. They are importing
Correct.
leaders.
Absolutely.
Their blocks are
Absolutely.
breaking up. People are
Yes.
leaving. People are joining. So it's a similar kind of a state. What I said about BJP can exactly be said about Congress. So
Correct.
what's
You
the
are right.
difference
You are
here?
right. You are right. There is not much of a difference, except that for the first time they have declared almost half, not half the seats, but slightly more than less than that. Some seats have been declared. So to some extent, it could be said that they are slightly more prepared than the BJP one. I also feel that they were better prepared. They were seen as on the rise sometime back, but the entry of IPAC seemed to have slightly ruffled their strategy, and I would say they are almost on the same footing as BJP right now, trying to count seat by seat how they can reach the magic figure along with whoever is coming with them.
So you're saying no political party is morally or politically is in a position to
According
go
to
for a
me,
larger narrative.
party system has totally collapsed.
So there is no political party can go for a larger narrative.
There is nothing like particular principles. There is nothing like what you want to achieve. Because finally we understand that parties is a conglomeration of citizens who come together on some principles with a particular objective in mind. As Radha has said, the only objective is to get power. And power, somehow, they call it power for development of their constituencies. They don't even talk of power for policy making. See, I can understand a MLA wanting to be an MLA, to be a good policy maker, to be a good legislator. All that they are telling us, we want to develop our constituency. That is all that matters.
So power
Nothing
is the
more.
new ideology and development is the new excuse.
Yes, absolutely.
Radhabab, when you look at Congress right now, I think, as I said, you can use the same words that you are using for BJP to the Congress right now. How are you seeing the Congress space?
See, I will not use the same words that I use for BJP for Congress because I look at it as if the Congress has missed a great opportunity. You see, when the Congress lost through defections, most of its MLAs some 2.5 years ago, it was for a political party with a standing of 130, 35 years. It was for them to introspect, see what is wrong, and start building. Now, in 2.5 years, the Congress has done nothing. They should have gone to every constituency, organized its cadre. It has got a history behind itself. It could have done all that, and by now they should have come with 25, 30 brand new candidates. But they are doing the same thing that every other party is doing. They are in export and import business. You see, this is something that I condemn more than what is happening with the BJP, because Congress had a great opportunity. They have failed to learn their lessons. Their MLAs have left them and gone. Build someone new. Now they are again calling the same fellows back. Now they are telling us that they will not take back the 10 defectors who had gone with them. But they are now encouraging and taking defectors from every other party. What is the difference now? You tell me what is the difference between taking defectors from BJP or MGP or whichever other party
It's like, if
giving
you
them
betray
seats.
me, you are a defector. If you betray somebody else, I'm
Exactly.
okay with you.
Yes, these are welcome. That's you are welcome to do so.
Manoj,
That
do
is
you
the
see any
tragedy of Goan
difference
politics.
between the BJP strategy right now and the Congress strategy?
Yes, there is a difference, and I see a very starking difference. This is because Congress has slightly sympathetic edge over the BJP now. First, because it has been a victim of defections, and then you cannot blame the Congress for that alone. BJP has purchased these MLAs. BJP has backstabbed their own alliances. Number one. Number two, there is the sympathy is also towards Congress because Congress is gaining some kind of traction on the ground. You have seen for past 1 year or so, whether it is Girish or whether it is Digambar, we have seen both of them on the field. We have seen them participating in agitations, talking about the public issues by and large. So these two things are really working well in favor of Congress. The third thing which has worked in favor of Congress is if the need be, Congress could have taken all these 10 defectors back because they are finding it that they are not so comfortable with the BJP. But Congress has stuck to its promise to the people, saying that we are not going to allow defectors, at least from their party who has
But
defected.
Radhababu says that they are allowing defectors from other parties.
Yeah, see, if that way, no political party would gamble to give all clean faces. At least you must not give opportunity for backstabbers who have backstabbed you on couple of occasions.
Radhababu, now I'll start with AAP. When you look at Aam Aadmi Party, especially in the Congress bastions of Salset and some constituencies beyond that, how do you look at Aam Aadmi Party? Because it is one party which is there on ground, consistently there on ground. Are they making any impact on ground?
See, from whatever feedback I gathered, the AAP this time may be stronger in at least, to my knowledge, two constituencies of Salset. That is Benauli and Naveli. Now, in Benauli, they have their own candidate who has been, I think, with them, Benzi Viegesh, and he has been active there. And the other is Pratima Kutin, who was a Congress leader until recently. She felt that Luizino had betrayed her, and she shifted to the AAP. So apart from these two, I do not get any feedback about any other candidate that could even save the deposit. I think Dominic Gamkar has joined them, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Then Dominic Gamkar may also do well because not because of AAP. He has a personal following. He's a ST leader. He's moneyed, and he has got a following of his own. These three persons may do well. Otherwise, elsewhere, I don't get any proper feedback about, at least any positive feedback about AAP at all.
You are saying stronger than last election, but not enough.
Stronger in these three constituencies of what I have spoken to,
Manoj,
but may not be in other constituencies.
Yeah. Manoj, how are you looking at Aam Aadmi Party?
I look at the developments in Aam Aadmi Party as very, very positive, with a very, very positive outlook for 5 important reasons. First, that AAP has been continuously on the ground, and also during the COVID times, the things which were expected from a ruling party was delivered by AAP, and no one can deny it. Point number one. Point number two, the kind of issues what AAP has raised has consistently are the issues which public are talking of. Whether it is power, whether it is water, whether it is corruption, whether it is environmental hazards, environmental problems, etc. Third, AAP has always been political alert. You know to what extent they have taken the power debate. So they have that particular traction of being very, very politically alert. If you look at their quality of press conferences, if you look at their quality of campaign, if you look at their presence everywhere, they have been doing that. Fourth, the kind of faces which AAP has given this time are fresh faces. There may be some people from other parties, but they are not so tainted faces as compared to any other political party. So if you look at the quality of candidates also, I give them full marks. Very important, AAP for the first time has tried to do which nobody dared to do. What is that? That is caste engineering, the inner engineering. However, we may criticize it, understand that Bhandari Samaj has always been a dominant factor, but has been ignored throughout. It's a sleeping tiger. AAP is trying to awaken this particular sleeping tiger, and the CM face which probably may come in form of Advocate Amit Palekar. Amit Palekar has been on the field. Amit Palekar has that suave, technological, clean character image. He appeals the youth. He's into tourism. He's into the legal fraternity, legal profession. and then he is able to project a decent, what is say, intellectual face of AAP before the public. Even Mr. Bhamre did it to a greater extent. So therefore, I see that if everyone here would agree, and even you would agree, that last AAP has got a 7% vote share. We expect it to go to around 14%, 12 to 14%, minimum 10% and above. And I see AAP would get minimum of 2 MLAs, and it could reach to a maximum of 4 MLAs.
Very, very interesting. Cleophas Bab, how are you looking at Aam Aadmi Party?
See, I agree that Aam Aadmi Party, there is good traction this time, better than last time. But somehow I do not accept the reasons given by Manoj Kamath. Somehow I feel that AAP got its traction the moment IPAC came into the picture. Because the attack on the Congress was so huge that I feel that the whole issue of you could not say we are 10 MLAs. We are here to destroy you and come us to power. I feel that has granted further traction to AAP. Radha is right that they have formidable candidates in Naveli, Benauli and Kurtari. But the position is they are going to increase their traction. No doubt about that. But I don't expect them to do exceedingly well as they talk about. Manoj is right on 2 to 4.
Then you spoke about IPAC, and that means we are talking about TMC.
No, sorry. I don't think TMC is on the ground. TMC does not even have a state executive.
Okay, I'll start with you, Cleophas Bab. So you referred to IPAC before I go to Radha Bab. TMC, how are you seeing TMC faring on ground?
See, TMC, according to me, does not exist in our state. It is IPAC that exists. The TMC does not have a state committee. We do not know who is their leader. They have a all India vice president in Goa. We have a Rajya Sabha member from Goa, but no state committee, no state convener. We have so many West Bengal legislators in Goa trying to direct our moves here. I don't find any traction for TMC, and the only possible TMC candidate who could win or who could make a mark are possibly Reginald and in TV, Kiran Ganolkar's wife. Except these two, and this is not because of TMC, but because of their own standing. Otherwise, I don't expect them to cross 2% in the state of Goa.
Radha, straight away coming to you. Performance of TMC, you have tracked them very closely since they arrived in the state. How are you judging them today?
No, you see, they have arrived, and as Cleo said, the party does not even have their Goa wing ready. So that is absolutely correct. It looks like they have outsourced their party to IPAC. That is also the reality. But I think they made a big blunder at the initial point of coming into Goa. They probably went by hype and thought that Luisin Falero is a big leader in Goa, and he will bring with him a lot of goodwill and its accompanying advantages. But the truth, as any Goan here in Salsett will tell you, Luisin is one leader whose popularity is the least in Goa. He is not trusted by anyone. He is considered to be completely selfish. And when you are going for polls with a leader like Luisin, whatever credibility you have come with is lost. In fact, I would think that the best thing that has happened to the Congress is Luisin resigning from that party. And the worst thing that has happened to the TMC is Luisin joining them. But in all this, Luisin is the only beneficiary. See, the TMC may not do as well as I had thought they would in Goa. But Luisin has very well sorted his problems out. He is now an MP. And I probably think that is what he was up to. Because in Goa, he is even from what I know, trying to project candidates who cannot win at all. That to me is a shocker. In certain constituencies, he is insisting on his own personal friends being fielded, which will get no traction for the AAP. And I think the AAP is losing out because of Luisin.
TMC.
It does look like the AAP, not up. TMC is losing because of this.
I can see Cleophas Bab and Manoj smiling. I'll straight away go to Manoj. Manoj, how do you, after listening to Radha Bab about TMC saying that, how do you look at the prospects of TMC?
I can't agree more. Radhababu has been very, very subtle and absolutely logical in talking what he is saying. What we see currently about the TMC is there is no TMC. I agree with it. What we have is the IPAC, the campaign manager, and the publicity manager. And we have seen from the recent statement that probably they are calling off their strengths. In cricket, we use those two words, retired hurt. So they are retired hurt even before playing a match. Right from their spokesperson, all their leaders are imported. They couldn't even have a general secretary or the president of their local state unit. There was no preparation absolutely on the ground when they came. What they came up only with big hoardings and advertisements. There is no groundwork even during COVID times, during festival times. They could have worked. They could have shown some positivity there. Their policy framework, whatever they are proposing and which will be the part of their manifesto, is only a cut paste job, either taken from AAP or either taken from the BJP, and then you are giving some illogical, unpractical promises to the people. In fact, you are fooling people, and I don't see any leadership anywhere.
Okay, Manoj, that brings me to the very crucial question, a very
Going to be
interesting
dusk
party.
before dawn. It is dusk before dawn.
I'll come to you, Cleophas, but that brings me to a very, very interesting political party, and that is Revolutionary Goans. The party has been formed, the symbol has been allotted finally. What is the game there? Manoj, I'll start with you.
Yeah, Revolutionary Goans, I initially started looking with hopes. But then by what is going on now, I really feel that this party has lost an opportunity. First, normally understand that one person party without an organization structure has a lot of demerits as compared to merits. But they were talking about the language, they were talking the language of the youth, whether Pogo appealed to common people or not. They were able to get youth under its fold and educated youth under its fold without parties, without monies, without sponsorships, and he was able to draw a large crowd. He talked about emotional sensitive issues which were liked by Goans, and probably that was the result why we have seen a crowd coming for his movements, coming for his programs, his campaigns, etc. But one thing is lacking, that this particular party today lacks focus, because if you look at the number of candidates, they are absolutely unimaginable for a new party. Second, you cannot run a party only with one agenda, that is Pogo Bill, unless they had to show what is their agenda, what is their manifesto on different aspects, and come up with a policy gearing. Things will not work in that sense. And third, recent their love and the breakup with Goa Suraj Party, the kind of allegations which we are hearing from their own general secretary, the kind of spat which we see on public media is just tarnishing the image of.
Cleophas, how are you looking at Revolutionary Goans?
Actually, that Pogo bill could not have been sold to the people. It is completely unconstitutional. One. Number two, but somehow it had an emotional connect with the people. People, it is like selling this Goa for Goans. By this time, we have realized, and at this point of time, not even special status is on the table. And at this time, when Goa has passed that stage of not even talking about special status, they are bringing this Pogo bill. According to me, beyond Pogo, there is nothing. And as Manoj has pointed out, there is no organization. But it looks like there are a lot of funds. Now, I do not know, beyond March 20th, what will happen to this organization, but we do not know. See, even in the 60s, at that time, Shiv Sena started that way. If they get a direction beyond March 20, maybe we can look for something there, but not before March 20.
Okay. Very, very interesting. The final, Radhabab, Revolutionary Goans, how are you judging them today?
See, if you look at it politically, it is to use Cleo's terminology, it is the only party that has fielded virgin candidates. That is the reality. But again, I do not know any of those young men who are contesting. So I will not want to comment on any of them or their abilities. But I can say this much. See, as a close observer of Goa, and particularly of the Catholic community, it reinforces my belief that the Catholic subaltern class is gullible and nothing short of stupid. It has always been so. You see, this party is financed from Swindon and London by the Goan, the poorer folks who have gone there. And many of them are known to me, they from my neighborhood. Now, when this RG came, I had put a post on Facebook that if Goans want something like Pogo or someone to fight for Goa, you have to get these Pogo fellows to get traction in Perne, in Bisholi, in Satari, in Ponda, in talukas where the people had virtually sold Goa to Maharashtra, where people claimed that their mother tongue is Marathi. These were the areas where Manoj Parab and all had to make strength. You don't come to Salset, whether you call it Pogo or what. We are all Pogo here, in the sense that we are people who have consistently called ourselves these Goenkar, and we have fought for Goa. Not those people in Penne and Bicholi where this fellow comes from. And the second aspect is, you are sending lakhs of rupees from wherever you are, and you are having a party with a 4-member committee. Not one is a Catholic. You explain to me how Catholics are sending money in here to people from Bisholi and all. At least you formed a party. If you want our vote, have some Catholics there, man. You are forming a party with all Hindus and expect the Catholics of Salset to support them. They are exploiting the gullibleness of the Catholic community. As I always said, the Catholics are gullible. They fall for any jumla, and they are tending to fall for this jumla of RG by sending them money and giving votes. Finally, people concluding. And these people seem to have follow the bullfight strategy. See, I live in an area where bullfights are common. Suddenly you see hundreds of vehicles driving down the road with 2 people sitting on it in short pants. They all go for bullfights. No one knows where the bullfights are. But within seconds, the message is circulated and people gather. They use the same technology, the bullfight technology, to gather people for their meetings. Now, whether they will support them, I do not know. But the reality is that the Catholic subaltern class is being taken for a royal ride.
I'm completely out of time, but I'll stop at that. We'll continue this discussion in the days to come. But for now, I'm completely out of time. Manoj, Radhabab, Clifford, thanks a lot for joining and analyzing each political party with such finesse and detail. Thanks a lot. Pleasure talking to you, all of you. Keep watching. Go ahead.